Hey guys, I just wanted to show you and do a quick little tutorial on how to measure and why to measure raw meat, because there is a difference. So I want to show you, I'm going to be showing you how to weigh a pork tenderloin. This particular one has, as you can see, it has 130 calories, and that is for 4 ounces or 112 grams. And in that 4 ounces, it has 4 grams of fat, it has 0 carbs, and then 23 grams of protein. And 4 ounces or 112 grams. So this weight on your nutritional facts with any raw meat is when the meat is raw, weighing in at 112 grams or 4 ounces for a serving to get those macros in there. So what's gonna happen though is when you measure it out and you cook it, you're gonna see it's going to change. The weight is going to disappear a little bit and it's gonna go down. And so when it does, you'll see later how substantial it's 25 to 30% of the weight goes down. However, these nutrients, these macronutrients will stay the same according to as it was raw. So you can't, if I have 112 grams of meat and then it cooks down to, let's say, magic number 88, I'm not going to weigh it as 88 or input it as 88 grams because that's cooked. I'm going to put it as 112 grams raw, and that's going to give me my correct macros, because the macros don't disappear, just a little bit of the volume disappears. So that's important to note whenever you're measuring or weighing your meat, is you should try to always weigh it raw. Now I put a little meme up of how to kind of convert it in case you're like, oh, I didn't, whoops, I already cooked it. And that's fine, that's fine. It's usually about 30% change there. But, so important. So try to weigh it if it's frozen meat that's raw. It's always, the nutritional value is according to what it is when you buy it. So if it is pre-cooked meat, then it's gonna be accurate. Most parts, you gotta watch the labels because sometimes they lie to you. So let's go ahead and jump in and see how it weighs, and you can see the difference not only in the size when it's raw, but when it's cooked, and then the grams when it is weighed. It's a little bit mind-blowing, so you wanna stick to it, because sometimes if you're putting it in as 88 grams, you're actually getting more calories and more protein here, so it could screw up your macros. So precision is important, and it's a little bit eye-opening to see portion sizes, because in our minds, sometimes 4 ounces, we make a lot bigger than it actually is. So let's go look at it, check it out, start weighing your food. Okay, so here I'm going to show you kind of how to measure on top of seeing how much our meat changes after it cooks. So this is my scale. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this open. So as we're doing this, it's really important to try to be as precise as you can, as I talked about earlier, just so that you can get your macros correct. So when you're inputting it into MyFitnessPal, at the end of the day, you know that you weighed, you measured, and that it's accurate. And that's important. And with macros, like sometimes, eventually you're going to become macro aware, where you don't have to be so stinking precise all the time, because we can't always weigh our food. But in general, we can understand why it's important. So here I'm going to zero out my scale. So this is my little scale. I'm measuring it in grams, and I'm sorry, there's sometimes a little bit of a glare over there. So what you do, I'm putting that dish on because I don't want to put that raw meat on my scale. So I'm going to zero it out. It was just having a few issues, as you can see, zeroing out. But there, we got it. So I'm going to make sure it's zeroed out, and then I put in my meat. And so there I see it is It's hard for me to see. I think it's 956 grams. And then you can also change on mine. That's 2 pounds, 1.6 ounces. And so we know that 4 ounces is about 112 grams. I prefer to measure in grams. It's just a lot more precise. And so that's why I encourage you to have a scale that measures in grams. So next, I'm just going to show you here. So I talked a little bit about this, that it's 130 calories. One serving is 4 ounces or 112 grams. And so the servings, are different in each package. So there I have 956 grams. I divide it by 112 and I get 8.5 servings. So I need to cut it up as best as I can in 112 grams. So 1, 2, 3, snap, boom, ta-da, cut. Isn't that amazing? All right. So there we have it, cut into somewhat equal portions. This one, it's hard for you to see, but it is 112 grams perfectly. It's a little bit small, but amazing that has 23 grams of protein in it. So there we see it's 4 ounces, but I'm going to go back to grams because just try to get on the gram train. It is great. So there it is, a little bit small. Sometimes people say 4 ounces about the palm of your hand, but we all have different palm sizes. So that's why the scale's great. So I'm going to go ahead and season this little beauty with some seasoning before I throw it on the grill. This is Mike's seasoning. I think this is just kind of local to Mississippi. So I'm sorry for all of you who don't have access to it because it is delicious. So I like to marinate it. If I can do that overnight, I will. But for the sake of the video, I am just going to cook it right after this. And so I wipe up all that goodness and then I'm going to go throw it on the grill. Now it's cooked. So now I'm going to weigh it. So there we can see a significant change in the size, and there we can see the significant change in the weight. Now it is 88 grams. So that is 22 grams difference in the weight, which is significant. So again, it's 25 to 30% difference in that, which will affect your macros. So you want to be accurate. You don't want to be thinking you're getting less calories when you're actually getting more. So I'm just showing the comparison. Raw 112, cooked 88. Big difference. There we go. Wow. Weigh your meat, guys. Weigh your meat raw if you can.